Grace and peace, family. Grace and peace. Assalamu alaikum. Shalom. My hotel. Namaste. Free the land, beloved. Come on in, come on in, come on in. My name is Vicki Dillard, and I'm a very proud contributor right here on FlyNubianQueenTV.com, the network for melanated women just like you. Welcome, welcome, welcome to a special and early edition of The Vicki Show. I am so pleased that you have joined us today. Just a little bit of housekeeping before we get ready to get into our most important topic concerning the uprisings that have been going on for some time now, as well as some of the backlash, the results of what's been happening in Kenosha. And so I am looking forward to us talking, having a very brief conversation. I needed to come to you early today because of pending meetings and other obligations today. So it's going to be short, but I wanted to make sure to connect with you today. Thank you so much for tuning in. We know it doesn't appear yet that the notifications have gone out, and that's okay. I believe at the right time, the right people will hear this broadcast. On the count of three, for those of you that haven't, please hit that thumbs up button, would you? 1, 2, 3, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Please make sure that you hit the notification bell if you're watching us on one of our YouTube platforms. If you happen to be watching us on one of our affiliate networks, please like, please share, please subscribe. Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. Also, I want you to be sure to text the word Queens to 31996 so that you're able to receive phone notifications when we go live from time to time. Again, that's text the word Queens to 31996. Also, beloved, I want you to know one more thing, that I have my exciting 2-hour angel intensive. I'm doing what I call a course on angels. I'm doing a course on angels this Saturday, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. You can sign up for my course on angels, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, beloved, at FlyNubianMastermind.com. That's FlyNubianMastermind.com. FlyNubianMastermind.com. Okay? Looks like we have a bunch of back-to-back shows today, so most folks don't appear to see that we're on right now, but that's okay. I want to get us going for a very brief special edition of the Vicki Show. By the way, you can follow me on Instagram at Vicki X Dillard. You can follow me on Instagram at Vicki X Dillard. Thank you so very much. Now let's get ready to get into it for these next few moments. Surely you must know what happened to our brother Jacob Blake Jr. Jacob Blake Jr. Many of you probably have already seen the disturbing footage of our brother being murdered. And to be honest with you, the race soldiers that's responsible for his murder, to me, for the shooting that could have led to his murder. He's alive now with 7 to 8 shots allegedly being shot at him. I want to be clear about that. The latest reports say that he is paralyzed, but the manner in which he was shot, which really is attempted murder, it was like they were trying to do it execution style, really. It's like they were trying to do it execution style. And so I want to give you some of the latest of what's happening. So, of course, Black folks have been dealing with this since we have been in America, since before America was officially formed. Is that right, family? And so because of this, we're now starting to get some traction in other areas. Whereas for some folks, it may not seem like it goes together. It actually does, in terms of sports, in terms of Wall Street, in terms of media, in terms of arts and entertainment, in terms of education, in terms of the military, in terms of labor, and all of these different areas. Are you hearing me? All of these different areas, if we're creative enough, we can figure out a way to push back or to resist these white supremacist efforts. I'm reading to you now from the New York Times. It says NBA players pledged to resume the playoffs after a walkout triggered work stoppages across pro sports to protest racism and police brutality. Now, I'm getting ready to get into the fact that Jared Kushner, Donald Trump's son-in-law, he had the nerve to weigh in. And I'm going to tell you what that's about. And I, as you all know, have been, some of you, I'm normally on weekdays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. Just so you know that the Vicky Show goes live on FlyNubianQueenTV.com, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. And so again, I'm doing an early show today. And some of the other queens have already been on back to back. So you all have been getting quite a bit of news from our network. But I had hoped to discuss this a little bit today. So I won't do the angles that perhaps some of the other ones did, but I want to just tell you what's happening from the high places, meaning from the White House. I'm going to tell you what this means. In case you think it's disconnected what happened in Kenosha, in case you think it's disconnected what's happening in sports, I want to connect some dots, okay? Thumbs up, family. Be sure to like, be sure to share. And again, I hope I gave you, I want to emphasize that I'm getting ready to do August 29th, 2 p.m. Eastern, a 2-hour course on angels. Is going to be absolutely amazing for those that's looking for more purpose and power in your life. Go to FlyNubianMastermind.com. It's a very reasonable rate. FlyNubianMastermind.com. And of course, if you are part of my weekly mastermind that I do each week at ClubVicky.com, which we still have a special going on where you can join for the first 30 days for $1. If you're part of that, you're going to automatically get into the 2-hour mastermind at no cost. And that's ClubVicky.com. So, you know, all of these things are connected. There's been a lot going on. So because your politicians aren't doing anything in terms of substantive law right now to punish these race soldiers that's murdering us, because you're not seeing Congress do very much as it relates to passing laws, once again, that will punish these race soldiers, substantive things that would actually matter. Because you see, they're not pushing for reparations. If you're not pushing for reparations, you're not trying to ensure justice for Black folk, period. I break that down on a regular basis, why that's important. Because Congress is not doing these kinds of things. Folk are taken to the streets, they're resisting, and they're giving their own kind of street justice because many folk feel that they're being shut out. Many folk feel voiceless because those that rule over them, somebody talk Black to me, those that rule over them are not doing justice. Are you hearing me today? Thumbs up, family. Thumbs up. Be sure to like, be sure to share. Thank you so much for tuning in to a very special edition of a Vicky Show. I went early today. Again, normally I'm here weekdays, Monday through Friday. That's what weekdays is, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. But I wanted to come to you for just a short few moments. Shout out to you, Reggie, for your gift. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. And you are absolutely right. Jared is a privileged puppet. But I'm going to break down why he's doing this. Listen, back to this New York Times piece that I'm reading about. It says NBA players pledge to resume the playoffs. Okay, watch this. The athletes protest. So in the wake of the near execution style attempted murder of our brother Jacob Blake Jr. It says that the NBA players, the latest on that now, is that the NBA players have pledged to return, but the timing is unclear. For those of you that don't know, let me give you what just recently took place. It says that the NBA players have pledged to resume the season after their walkout of playoff games to protest the police shooting of Jacob Blake triggered a far-reaching work stoppage that stretched across the professional basketball, baseball, tennis, and soccer. The plans were confirmed on Thursday by two people who were part of the discussions who spoke on condition of anonymity because talks were ongoing about several details, including when to return to play. Watch this. Some of you may know this. The athletes' protest began with the walkout by Milwaukee Bucks players, leading the NBA to postpone all the playoff games scheduled for Wednesday. So some of you might have been familiar with that, right? It says later, the league also postponed 3 playoff games scheduled for Thursday. It was not immediately clear how the playoffs schedule would change to accommodate the missed games. So that's what's been happening. So I'm quite proud of the Black athletes in particular that decided to say, you know what? We're not getting ready to do this today. Y'all play too much. And so in the wake of Black murder, you want to sit there and enjoy yourself and clap your hands and eat your hot dogs and your popcorn and your potato chips and pop your 6-packs and stuff. No, baby, you getting ready to be uncomfortable today. We're not getting ready to let you enjoy yourself today and provide entertainment for you in the wake of Black death. Are you hearing me? We're not getting ready to do that. It was an important move, in my opinion, by the Black athletes in particular, because it shows that they are keenly aware of their power. It shows that they know that a lot of the folk that profit and that exploit their labor still are white people on every level. I'm gonna need somebody Black to talk Black to me. These Black players know that their white fans that fill the stadiums and the fields are some of the same police officers that's mowing down their Black brothers and sisters. The very ones that want to come have a good time to let some steam off after shooting their AK-15s and their AK-47s and stuff. They're the ones that's filling the stadiums. They recognize that the white politicians that rule and control mostly and primarily, nationally, federally, that is, statewide and local, they know that what moves politicians is money. And they know that their owners, they know that some of their agents, they know that they have the power and the ear and the access to some of the same politicians that have the power to actually do something. So they decided that they're going to flex today. And y'all not getting ready to enjoy yourself. You're not getting ready, to get a bigger paycheck today in the midst of Black bloody murder. Family, this is important because this is a reminder, family, that even though you don't occupy, watch this, the traditional place of power, even though your form of influence and force and power may not look like everybody else, you still have power, and don't you let anybody make you feel for 1 second that you don't matter, watch this, and that you don't have leverage. Did you hear what I just said? It's another reminder that America can be brought to a screeching halt, God, today, based on us. We have the power from the bottom up to shut everything down, or at the very least, to prevent, to frustrate, and to foil some of the efforts of the American economy. When I say the American economy, I'm not just talking about financially. I'm talking about the ease or the manner in which we move. So the political economy, the medical economy, the financial economy. Are you hearing me? Always assess where you are in life. Always assess your gifts, your talents. Always assess your sphere of influence. Always assess where you are and see what can you do about it. Are you all hearing me today? Now, let me give you the latest on what they're saying. Just a moment. I want to pull this up. While I'm doing that, family, thumbs up, keep liking and sharing. Thumbs up, keep liking and sharing. Listen to the rest of this. It says, the athletes' protest began with the walkout, as you just know. As you know, rather, the athletes' protest began with a walkout by Milwaukee Bucks players, leading the NBA to postpone all of the playoff games scheduled for Wednesday. Later, the league also postponed 3 playoff games scheduled for Thursday. That's today. So we know that it's holding at least for the past couple of days. They've been doing this boycott. Shout out to them for even that. It says it's not immediately clear how the playoff schedule would change to accommodate the missed games. Athletes from the NBA, the WNBA, Major League Baseball, and Major League Soccer, and the Professional Tennis Tour set out games and matches Wednesday in protest against police brutality, escalating a season of demonstrations for social justice. Keep listening. The WNBA, that's the women's national basketball, postponed 3 games scheduled for Thursday evening. The matchup, Chicago versus Indiana, Dallas versus New York, and Las Vegas versus Seattle, were postponed as the league's players continued discussions and reflections on recent events, the NWBA said in a statement. Now watch what's just happened just now. Watch what's happened just now. What I just read from you from just a moment ago is from the New York Times. So the latest that just came in a little bit ago is saying that the NBA season, it says, will continue. Adrian Wojnarowski reporting the players have decided to resume the playoffs. It says it's still unclear when the action will resume, as the games originally set for Thursday have also been postponed. It says that there's still hope that the NBA players and league execs can work out a plan to save the season. Watch this, with players compiling a list of actionable items they want the NBA to endorse in order to proceed. Shout out to them for that. So they are providing the NBA, which I'm curious to see that, a list of actionable items that they want them to do. It says a high-ranking NBA source tells us, this is TMZ Sports now, a high-ranking NBA source tells us the feeling among several players is that they will lose their biggest platform if they stop the season. Of course, a stoppage won't affect the impact of superstars like LeBron James, but we're told the majority of players see real value in being able to use the NBA platform to speak to the masses about social justice issues. In fact, Draymond Green just posted about it, saying the notion that athletes should just stop working, but no one else in the world should stop is baffling to me. Which that's interesting, because it's easy for folk like you and I to tell folks in the NBA, right, that they should just stop, right? We see their leverage, we see their power, and it's easy for folk who are on the outside looking in to tell them you need to postpone it, you need to postpone the whole season, what you need to do. But we need to be asking ourselves, okay, in what areas of your life can you affect change where you are? Don't get it twisted. Of course, folk like LeBron James, to whom much is given, much is required, they do have a greater platform, and some of them have a lot more money, not all of the players. But that does not excuse us from what we can do. That doesn't excuse us from what action we can take, because see, it's our unified action, family, that's going to shift this thing further. It's our collective wisdom, it's our collective power that's really going to turn this white supremacist country on its head. And I can assure you, we are in the season of the changing of the gods. When I say gods, I'm talking about one with force and power. It's a new day, beloved. The reason we're seeing this constant white backlash, the reason why you are seeing momentum as it relates to white folks openly murdering us and oppressing us in ways that they would normally secretly do, is because they too sense that something is changing. They are sensing, as Dr. Frances Cress Welsing, she talks about how they're concerned about, they have a fear of genetic annihilation. They have a fear, and this is really proven through science, that their numbers are dwindling because of the recessive nature of Caucasian people. They are biologically and naturally, it seems, to be dying off. The wombs of the white female, she's unable to hold a child like she once did. Their statisticians, their scientists, their demographers are talking about how America in particular is going to get blacker and blacker and browner. And that's without any black person picking up a gun to take them out. I submit to you that that's not just something biologically happening. There's also something that's spiritually happening. And the point is, when you mistreat the original man and woman of the planet, that's you and I. That means that when you mistreat our planet, there are actual natural consequences that come with that. Somebody talk black to me. For those of you that are just coming in, welcome to the Vicky Show, an early edition of the Vicky Show. Normally, I'm here on FlyNubianQueenTV.com Monday through Fridays, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. But I'm doing a very brief and early show today because of some other things that I had going on today. But I didn't want to miss a show. I wanted to at least come to you for a few moments early. We see that the notifications have not gone out, so a lot of folk don't know that we're here, but that's okay. I believe at the right time, the right people will hear this broadcast. Welcome to those of you that are watching us on one of our other affiliate channels as well. We not only air on Fly Nubian Queen TV, but we're also shown elsewhere. If you're watching us on one of our other platforms or even on Fly Nubian Queen, make sure that you give us a thumbs up, you like, that you share, that you follow on wherever you're watching us on the count of 3. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Again, don't forget to text the word Queens to 31996. And throughout the show, for the next few moments, you're going to be seeing some very important links that might be useful to you later. One such link is our store where you can get all kinds of apparel, backpacks, shirts that say "Talk Black to Me," mugs like this beautiful Fly Nubian Queen, a mug that you can see is well worn. I use this almost every day. That's shopfnq.com. That's shopfnq.com. Or you can join my mastermind class that I conduct once a week at clubvicky.com. Clubvicky.com. Watch this. Now that I've told you all that, giving you the background of what's going on in sports, this boycott that has been sparked because of the attempted murder of our brother Jacob Blake Jr. And of course, we know that's just one in a series of high profile Black deaths that we know of. We know there's so many other unnamed Rashida Boys, so many unnamed Breonna Taylor, so many unnamed Rashard Brooks, right? So many other unnamed George Floyds. Watch this. So the White House decides to weigh in on it. Watch this. The White House had the nerve, y'all, to weigh in on this by and through Donald Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, who's also considered to be a White House senior advisor. Y'all know him. Now, Jared Kushner is also a real estate guy. Now, his father ended up doing some time in prison for some criminal behavior. Jared Kushner has been credibly accused, and my understanding is he's still tied up with several court cases himself from how they've mistreated some of their tenants, among other things. He's got a lot going on. There have been also allegations of impropriety, him using his position as a White House senior advisor to do international business. You all have probably heard about the fact that they've sent him to Israel to do business. They've sent him, I believe it's to Saudi Arabia and some other parts of the so-called Middle East and stuff. All of these different things where we're seeing that he has these very suspicious links that has to do with business. His business was one of his buildings that he's owner of, a part owner of. It's in some trouble, my understanding. So they're trying to leverage access that they have in the White House with geopolitics. They're using their geopolitical situation and access. And they're combining it with their personal real estate and business interests. The same exact thing that Donald Trump is doing. The same thing that Donald Trump was actually impeached for. They just didn't remove him. The Senate didn't remove him, but he was impeached in the House of Representatives. Similar situation going. So they're all corrupt. Don't ever forget this. And I tell people this all the time. Don't forget that your lawmakers are also your lawbreakers. Somebody talk black to me. Oh, we're holding court today. It may be just for a little bit on an early edition of the Vicky Show, but we're holding court today. Watch this. So Jared Kushner's funny looking self, Donald Trump's son-in-law, married to Ivanka's funny looking self. Somebody talk black to me. This just came out, y'all. This is from U.S. News that I'm reading from now. It says, just put out today, White House's Kushner says he will reach out to NBA superstar LeBron James. Now listen. White House advisor Jared Kushner on Thursday, that's today, y'all, said he would reach out to basketball superstar LeBron James following an NBA player boycott to protest racial injustice in the wake of a police shooting that paralyzed a black man in Wisconsin. The National Basketball Association postponed all three of its playoff games on Wednesday after the Milwaukee Bucks boycotted Game 5 of their series against the Orlando Magic to protest racial injustice, triggering similar moves across other sports. Now, I want y'all to listen to this. Remember, I always remind folk of this. We are in a season of holy uprising. Why do you call it holy uprising? When you see black folks resisting white supremacy, baby, it's a holy time. When you see the original man and woman of the planet, we ourselves are gods, ones with force and power. We're the direct descendants of the supreme being. When you see us engaged in resisting injustice, murder, theft, somebody talk black to me, baby, it's a holy time. So I call it Holy Uprising 2020. You got it. Somebody already put it in the chat. Hashtag HU 2020. We're seeing that some of our black family is getting on code in the realm of athletics. It goes on to say, keep listening. Again, I'm reading from U.S. News about Jared Kushner. That's the White House. That's Donald Trump's son-in-law, who is a White House senior advisor, talking about he's getting ready to call LeBron James because they protested yesterday. See, we're dealing with the changing of the gods. See, there's a war of the gods that's going on. And the one that's getting ready to, that's losing power, that white supremacist world is going out. And so you've got your white supremacists doing everything they can to hold on power. That's why they're cheating you. That's why they're stealing your votes. That's the reason why they're locking you up. They're doing everything they can to gain an extra 2 or 3 days, watch this, on our planet. They're trying to maintain that control on our planet. Because it's written in the book of Revelation. How many of you all heard the scripture in Revelation that says that the devil knows that his time is short? I want to extract a principle from that. Even if we don't call them necessarily a devil, that's not what I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about the principle of the scripture. Don't forget that scripture speaks in code. That's right, Judah. Judah, Israel in here saying Revelation 12. Listen, thumbs up, family. Keep liking and sharing. If you're watching us on Fly Nubian Queen TV, thumbs up, or one of our YouTube affiliates, thumbs up. If you're watching us on one of our other platforms where our show is showed, please like, share, and follow. Listen. The scripture says that the devil knows that his time is up. That's the reason why he's making havoc on the earth. So black family, don't think it's strange when you see all this going on. Are y'all hearing me today? You got to understand that when the unjust are ruling your planet, when they're in positions of power, they're not going to leave those places of power without a fight. You are naive if you think that they're going to go down without a fight. But you just got to understand and be aware of the strategy so that you can overcome the strategy. Somebody talk black to me. You've got to move in wisdom. Excuse me, family. Got a little sinuses going on. You've got to move in wisdom. There's another scripture in James that says this. I told you the scripture speaks in algorithm. When I'm talking about scripture, I'm not giving you your open enemy, the white man's interpretation of our book. They tainted the book. They took out and they added to the book. So in order to misdirect the people of the book, we call it scripture because we scripted it. But some of you all didn't know it. That's the reason they made it illegal for you to read and write at first. That book tells us submit to God and do what next? Resist the devil. Again, we're using the code word and the languages of scripture, but we're applying the principle, right? It says resist the devil. Shout out to the NBA. Shout out to those that are in the streets. Shout out to those of us that's been working on the front lines for a long time before the revolution. Some of it has been digitized. Somebody talk black to me. Some of us have been doing the work of resistance for some time. Resist the devil. And what does the scripture say? He'll flee. But some of you have been afraid of your open enemy. Shout out to you, Ben Israel, for your gift. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. Some of you have been individually doing it. But now some of us are getting on code. Enough of us are getting on code. Keep listening to this article. Watch this. Watch this. It says that the action by the Bucks, a team based in Wisconsin, shout out to the Bucks. That's where this went down, right? In Kenosha, Wisconsin, where they attempted to murder our brother in the back, really execution style, but he survived. He's paralyzed so far from his waist down. Listen, it says that the Bucks from Wisconsin, they came, the action came in the aftermath of the police shooting of Jacob Blake. It says, it goes on to say, I think that it's nice that they're standing up for the issue, but I'd like to see them start moving into concrete solutions that are productive. And again, President Trump in this White House is willing to work with them, Kushner said in an interview with Politico. He's got a hell of a nerve, doesn't he? Jared Kushner out the White House. They've got a heck of a nerve to be weighing in on black business. Y'all know I got a hashtag for those of you that don't know, because I'm here early. We have a hashtag on the Vicky Show called hashtag MYOWB. Put it in the chat and let me break it down for you. MYOWB. We say it with all due respect. Somebody put hashtag MYOWB in the chat. Chilly Willy, I see Chilly Willy. Chilly Willy is normally here in the evening time. Chilly Willy, you know what it means. Shout out to you, Lauren, for your $50 gift. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. Thank you so very much for supporting black media. That's right, Nick. Mind your own white business. Jared, you've got a father-in-law that's got a whole lot of sexual stuff going on, allegations and stuff, credibly alleged allegations. Y'all are pushing white supremacy from the White House. Y'all are dealing with paying out prostitutes and stuff. You are worried about trying to keep your businesses going. You worried about lawsuits that you're involved in, possible criminal investigations that the New York offices are still looking into y'all about. You got too much going on in the white community for you to be weighing in on what our black gods are saying. And this is a word for some of you who don't see us as powerful. You got to ask yourself, why is the White House, why do they have something to say about what the NBA, which is a predominantly black organization, and the WNBA and other athletic organizations? You got to ask yourself, what does the White House got to do with that? Let me tell you. Let me tell you from another holy book. There's an ayat, or a scripture. Ayat is the Arabic word for scripture for the Quran. There's some wisdom in that book that I want you to be aware of. The Holy Quran talks about a people that loves sport and play. Lord have mercy. I said there's a holy ayat that talks about a people that loves sport and play. America. Sports a big business in America. Is that right, family? Sports is big business in America. Even while your black self is dying, she wants to be outside screaming and hollering with some pom-poms, popping a six-pack, vicariously enjoying the modern day gladiators, because white supremacists and white fragilists know they don't have what it takes to be out there on their field or on the court. So they pretend like they're LeBron James and that they can defy gravity and jump Somebody talk black to me. God is wisdom. TV says she's screaming. Some of y'all know it's the truth. You are vicariously living through black folk while at the same time trying to oppress us. You know that we do what you can never do. But you are the ones that's actually making the money off of it, right? So they tripping right now. Because it appears that the feet is controlling the head now. God, today. Family, you are more powerful than you know. If you would just leverage your power. If you would just be fearless. And no, with the NBA players, none of us are resting on our laurels. None of us are acting like that the NBA players are doing something that's just so revolutionary that's going to change everything by itself. But what I'm saying is they're signaling something. And while they're signaling something, they're being on code with us. And if we add our boycotting, if we're adding our voices, if we're doing what we can on our level, what can we push when we all do it together? And at the same time, can I tell you, they're afraid. Do you know that what LeBron James and the rest of the NBA are doing, do you know that they are scaring the hell out of our open enemies? This is affecting their bottom line. This is affecting their pockets. But what else is it affecting? Their sense of entertainment. The Holy Quran talks about a people that just loves sport and play. Don't get me wrong, black family. Black folk need to enjoy ourselves. We need a break. Plus, that's the balance of life. But that's not what we're talking about in this sense of the word. Sport and play. We're talking about a people that thrives off of those two things at your expense. God, today. Did you hear what I just said? We're talking about a people that thrives and that exploits sport and play at your expense. How many of you all know that years and years ago in Rome and other places, when they had gladiators primarily there in their colosseums, that the gladiators, many of them died. And believe it or not, many of the gladiators were African. But that was a sport for your open enemy. They enjoyed that. That's what America does today. It is white folk, whether it's white folks that's selling hot dogs, right? Hamburgers, whether it's your grocery store chains that make big money when sports events happen, whether it's folks that's selling memorabilia or souvenirs and stuff, whether it's the agents, the attorneys, the owners. The world would stop dead in her tracks if it wasn't for black creativity. God, today, if it wasn't for black genius and the swag and the spirit of black folk, the whole world would cease to move. Y'all got to know who you are. And when you know who you are, you got to do something about that. This is not an end all with them stopping a couple of games. No. But I'm saying that black folks are getting tired is what I'm saying. We're seeing signs that we're getting dissatisfied, baby. 100% dissatisfaction. You're seeing signs that even the most intransigent bootlicking of organizations, they saying, you know what, we finna sit out for a day. That's scary to systems of white supremacy. Are y'all hearing me? That little bit of traction. See, they're scared that if black folks get a little taste of power and how they can bring everything to a screeching halt. See, white folks are concerned not just about them missing one or two games. They're concerned that, wait a minute, That might be enough for just a couple of them to realize that they got a little more power. That from the bottom, they can stop stuff at the top. And that's exactly what I want to go down. Shout out to you, Tomeo, for your gift. Tomeo, for your gift. Thumbs up, thumbs up. You better speak on it. Somebody said, Vicky breaks it down. That's what I do. Y'all know I do my best by the Spirit. On the count of 3, for those of you that have it, come in, please come in, giving us a thumbs up, liking and sharing. My name is Vicky Dillard, and I'm so pleased to be a Fly Nubian Queen here on FlyNubianQueenTV.com, the network for melanated women like you. I want to welcome you to an early special edition of the Vicky Show. Normally, I'm on FlyNubianQueenTV.com's weekdays, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, but I'm here early today. We know that the notifications have not gone out. That's okay. I believe at the right time, the right people will hear this broadcast. You can help draw folk into the broadcast, however, when you give us a thumbs up, like or share if you're watching us on one of our YouTube platforms. If you're watching us on one of our other platforms where our show is aired, please make sure that you follow and that you like and that you comment. Are you ready? On the count of 3. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Now listen again to what? The White House. What does the White House represent? White supremacy. That's the problem with the White House, is that it's the White House. God today. So you got the white supremacist voices. That is Donald Trump, the Donald Trump administration, by and through Jared Kushner, coming out today weighing in on black business. What did he say again? Quote, think about this. This was Jared Kushner, Donald Trump's senior advisor, who's also his son-in-law. What did he say? He says, I think it's nice that they're standing up for the issue, but I'd like to see them start moving into concrete solutions that are productive. Family, I thought it was the Trump administration. I thought it was your politicians that's supposed to be doing and making concrete legislation. Don't they got a nerve to tell the NBA? They have the nerve to tell athletes that they need to put some concrete together. You're acknowledging Jared Kushner. You're acknowledging Donald Trump. You're acknowledging White House that you really don't have the power. You're acknowledging that you're losing power, and you're acknowledging that you're getting ready to go out of here. And I'm not talking about just from the 2020 election. I'm talking about, baby, you getting ready. In general, there's a new dispensation of black rule based on freedom, justice, and equality that the world is getting ready to experience. That's what they're acknowledging. What you look like with your funny looking self, telling the athletes, you want to see some concrete. Fool, we want to see some concrete from you, dummy. That's why you're elected political officials, slowness. What are you in government for? Slowness. You're supposed to be representative of the people. You're supposed to be doing the business of the people. We're paying you, Jared. We're paying you, Trump. You're in government subsidized housing in that White House, which was built by black slaves. Sit your funny looking self down. Why is Jared Kushner saying this? Y'all know Jared Kushner knows this. There's something else that's going on. Why is Jared Kushner telling black athletes that he want to see something concrete? He want to see some concrete solutions. If you don't go sit your funny looking self down. Funny looking people need to have funny looking seats. You can sit down. Watch this. Watch this. He says, Kushner, President Donald Trump's son-in-law, added, again, I'm reading from the U.S. News. He added that the White House would be happy to talk with James. They specifically called out LeBron James because they know that LeBron James' power exceeds the court. See, that's a different kind of court. God today. Listen. He says, the White House would be happy to talk with James and that he would reach out to the Los Angeles Lakers star on Thursday. So what Jared Kushner looked like telling the world, I'm getting ready to call LeBron James, you're getting ready to call a black God. Shout out to you, CRU, for your gift. Shout out to you, Lotus Bomb, for your gift. I bless your gifts 1,000-fold. Lotus says, my Capricorn sister, yes, I've been drawn to you since I saw you on Black Magic's YouTube, and you've been giving me fire and awakening. I love you and appreciate the gems you continue. Oh, thank you. I bless your gift 1,000-fold, and thank you for your kind words, beloved. And thank you for tuning in to an early show of the Vicky Show. Y'all know normally I'm on weekdays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. We're on earlier today. Thank you so much for supporting Black media. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Keep liking and sharing. By the way, family, you can follow me on Instagram at Vicky X Dillard. Follow me on Instagram at Vicky X Dillard. Y'all listen. So after this nut says that he wants them, the NBA players, he wants to see, what did he say? Quote, concrete solutions that are productive. The ones that white America, racist white America, put in office after cheating for the Trump administration. White folks in America cheated for Trump, and white folks in Russia and in other places very likely cheated for Trump. All of them, y'all put them in office. That's y'all's job. See, white folks, y'all trip me out, not taking responsibility. You done messed up all of the world. And then got the nerve to tell somebody else you want some concrete solutions. Oh, we got you some concrete solutions. Look how I said it. We got you some concrete solutions. Somebody talk black to me. Oh, we got you some solutions. You getting ready to see it real fast. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. Somebody talk black to me. Because black folks are getting tired. Watch this. Thumbs up, family. Keep giving us that thumbs up. Watch this. He says, again, he would be happy to talk with James, and that he would reach out to the Los Angeles Lakers star on Thursday. It says James has been critical of Trump and previously accused a Republican president who is seeking re-election on November 3rd of trying to use sports to divide Americans, which we know that's what Trump does. He's a racist. James, a four-time NBA most valuable player, wrote on Twitter, "We demand change. Sick of it." In the Kenosha shooting, a 7-year police veteran, Rustin Sheskey, Sheskey, that's how you spell the last name. 7-year police veteran fired 7 times at Blake's back, striking him 4 times as he walked away from police and entered his car. Blake survived despite injuries to his spine and multiple organs, and he may be permanently paralyzed, the family lawyers say. So let me tell y'all something real quick before I get ready to get out of here. Thumbs up, keep liking and sharing. Again, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Vicky X Dillard, and you can also follow me on Twitter at Dillard Vicky. The reason Jared Kushner said what he said, Jared Kushner knows darn well that it is his and Donald Trump's administration and Congress's job to have concrete legislation put in place. But the reason why Jared Kushner publicly came out and said this, now mind you, at the time that he said this, he hadn't talked to LeBron James yet. He told the world he's getting ready to call LeBron. What does that signal? The reason he did that, family, this is a show for the low information, low level, low density white supremacist base that supports the Trump administration. Jared Kushner and every other person like him knows that they are not even worthy to be in the presence and enter the Holy of Holies of the Black God. I said it. Jared Kushner doesn't even deserve to be in the presence of the powerful Black gods like a LeBron James. Y'all may say, well, Vicky, he in the White House. I don't give a doggone. Black authority, Black power, Black excellence, Black creativity, Black essence cannot be quantified and defined based on white supremacist models, metrics, and rulers. Oh, that was a good word. We're the people. This is our planet. And a foreigner, an oppressive alien, we permitted them rulership for a certain amount of time, and their time is up, baby. Now that we know your time is up, we about not to even start to meet with you. You can send an email. You can send something in the mail. It's no guarantee we're going to even respond to that. You can call. You might be able to talk to our secretary, baby. Don't mean we're going to respond. It's a new day. Black family, you are the ones that have to first understand and recognize that there's been a changing of powers, that there's a changing of the gods. You got to know who you are. Well, Vicki, I'm working at Burger King right now. I'm working on my side business. You still more powerful. You're still important. I said, whose planet is this, family? We've been kind enough, generous enough to share it with everybody else. But the ones that's been reckless with our planet, we're serving you your eviction notice. Time's up. How many of you all know that you can own a property without actually possessing it? Oh, that's good. How many of you all know that the deed to a particular property or a house may actually be yours, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're possessing it? Baby, we're getting ready to not only own it by title and by right, we're getting ready to possess our possession, because you're tearing up stuff. Somebody talk black to me. Somebody talk black to me. Again, why in the world would Jared Kushner say something like this when he knows darn well that it is absolutely hypocritical and actually idiotic to tell athletes that you want to see concrete solutions from them? He is making this public statement because it gives the appearance that he's telling that uppity Negro what to do. And when their white base, that low information, low density, that racist element of Donald Trump's base, they'd like to see when a white man appears to be flexing his power. They like to see that black and white dynamic of somebody white dictating to black folk. Even though we know Jared Kushner ain't running nothing. Can I get some zeros in the chat? Somebody talk black to me. All I need to see is zeros. Can y'all just work with me today and put some zeros in the chat? Jared Kushner's phone call may not even go through. Are y'all hearing me today? Jared Kushner's phone call, LeBron may not even talk to your funny looking self. I'm not saying he won't, but I'm just trying to say you ain't running nothing over here, baby. But see, their low information base, their white supremacist base, that white supremacist base don't know no better. That's right, zero, nada, zilch, nothing. Put it in all kind of languages, y'all, zero. Y'all hear me today? Jared Kushner know he ain't running nothing over here. Jared know he ain't running nothing over this way. You don't even have access to the Holy of Holies. If you all don't see, in spirituality, some of you have heard this biblically, but this is also a principle that's adopted from other spiritual practices. There was an outer court, an inner court, and a Holy of Holies. There was levels to accessing the God. Y'all play too much. There was levels. There was an outer court, an inner court, a Holy of Holies. That most sacred place. Everybody didn't have access to that. Black folks are letting y'all, we're putting you white supremacists on notice, baby. You ain't even finna get access like that. About not to even text. In fact, you don't even have the number to the people you're trying to reach. You got to go through somebody else's, somebody else, even to even put the notion out there. In fact, Kushner probably can already tried to reach in private the powerful LeBron James And probably his third and party people ain't even responding. So Jared is probably making it public to put pressure on LeBron to respond to his voicemails and stuff. God, today, somebody talk black to me. Jared is probably saying it publicly to y'all because he probably done tried and ain't nobody even responding to his phone calls. The secretary ain't even saying, picking up for Jared. Voicemail ain't even going through and stuff. Can't penetrate that inner place. Y'all play too much. Y'all play too much. Black family, that's how you better start seeing yourself. See, you need to keep your mouth closed and stop telling these white supremacists all your business. Black folks, we're learning to keep our mouths shut because we understand that they like to take information with your nosy self. You the global snoopers. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad called them the global snoopers. And we know he ain't lying because that's the reason why all your Karens and your Beckys of the world all up in your business when you just trying to do a barbecue. She calling the police on you. You trying to get in your own house. She calling the police on you. You walking your own dog. Somebody talk black to me. They all up in your business. So we want to encourage you white supremacists to first of all, get you some business so you can mind it. God today. Maybe that's the reason why they all up in our black business. And so because we're gorgeous and powerful and got swag and creative and stuff, you ain't got a whole lot going on over there. We make stuff click. We bring electricity and power to everything we connected to, baby. All up in our business. Get you some so you can mind it. We want to encourage you. We ain't telling you what to do. We just want to encourage you to mind your own white business. Somebody talk black to me today. Thumbs up, keep liking and sharing. All over here in our stuff. And some of you Negroes, y'all let them. Some of the people that don't like Minister Farrakhan, what do black people care about these white organizations telling us that Minister Farrakhan don't like them? What do we care about all of these other folks saying that they don't like Deshaun Jackson? Black folk, if black folk that if the black folks that the white folks don't like is loving you, if you got a Minister Farrakhan that's loving you, let me give you another example. I was talking to my brother. I shared this before. I was talking to a brother some days ago, and he and I were discussing this issue about all these white supremacists trying to attack black folks that we love. Shout out to you, Drew, for your gift. Thank you for talking black to us. You inspire me. Stay 100. Thank you. Thank you so much. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Thumbs up, family, while I'm talking. Keep liking and sharing. Watch this. And welcome to an early edition of the Vicky Show. I'm usually here weekdays, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. I came on a little early to do a brief show because I've got some other stuff to do. I had another meeting earlier today and had another one scheduled for later and got some medical stuff to do. So I thank you so much for your patience and coming in early for the show. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe and let everybody know that Vicky came on early today. Listen, I was talking to a brother some days ago, and he and I were discussing the fact, shout out to my brother, Dr. F. Young, Esquire. Shout out to our brother, Dr. Young. Listen, so I was sharing with the brother the other day, he and I were communicating. We were saying about the fact, he said, you know what, like when you're in a relationship with somebody, sis, and a man is real good to you, brother just do you so good. I mean, providing, protecting everything. You got paradise in your house. But then you got some sister that's hating on your relationship because she's mad about how bad your man is because she's upset that when they was in 6th grade, he wouldn't go to the little 6th grade dance with her. Let me tell you something. If your man is good to you, and he's got a proven track record of being good to you, he's taking care of home, he's treating you good, he's faithful to you, he's loving on you. Come on, somebody talk black to me. He knows what to do to be a man. And this sister talking about she mad from about 6th grade. Baby, I can't help you with 6th grade. Why am I bringing that up? I'm trying to get you understand, black family, because outsiders don't like our people. That ain't got nothing to do with you. What they think about who's loving on us, that ain't got nothing to do with us. So when I see black folk out there on the front line dogging other black people because white folk don't like them, you look stupid. You look crazy as all outside. slowness. And none of that stuff they're saying is true. But my point is, if it was true, what they got to do with you? You using your black leverage of somebody that loves you, care about you, and you making your moves based on your open enemy. You got to be out your mind. You got to be all the way out your mind. Back to this. So why is Jared Kushner doing this? Jared Kushner knows this is a game. Jared Kushner knows that his low information, white, racist base of Donald Trump, he knows that they like to see when white folk tell black folk what to do. He knows that this is going to look like that they in charge, even though he know darn well he ain't got no power over this way. He know darn well LeBron ain't even answered his last 10 calls. Probably the White House was calling LeBron about something else, and LeBron was not even, the people weren't even responding. LeBron was probably saying, Donald who? Somebody put in the chat, Donald who? Somebody put in the chat, Donald who? That's right, you little scrub. Donald who? Don what? Is what he's saying. Somebody talk black to me. Don't forget, family, I'm doing my special 2-hour Angel Mastermind course this Saturday, 2 p.m. Eastern. Go to flynubianmastermind.com, flynubianmastermind.com to sign up for my amazing 2-hour angel course. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing because I've been getting downloads from another dimension for people that are spiritual, people that are metaphysical, people that know about alchemy, people that know that they need something more, people that are looking for a little bit of insight, a few tips on how to become more powerful and more purposeful. This is for you. flynubianmastermind.com. Somebody put it in the chat for me, flynubianmastermind.com. And if you want to join my weekly mastermind course, every Wednesday night, you have direct access to me in my exclusive VIP weekly mastermind. Every Wednesday, you can join right now for $1 for the first 30 days at clubvicky.com. That's clubvicky.com. Watch this. And let me say this, and I'm going to get on out of here. I was reminded when I'm thinking about this, I was reminded of some years ago when LeBron James was speaking out on behalf of black folk. How many of you all remember a couple of years ago in 2018, Laura Ingraham, that little white supremacist female on, suspected white supremacist female on Fox News? How many of you all know that white woman, Laura Ingraham? She's got a radio, she's known in radio. She's a radio media personality, and she's on Fox News. Well, Laura Ingraham, y'all remember when Laura Ingraham told LeBron James to shut up and dribble? The article I'm reading from now is from NPR. They said journalist Laura Ingraham, I don't know why they lying, talking about she a journalist. It says journalist Laura Ingraham sought to rebuke Cleveland Cavaliers LeBron James for talking politics during a recent interview, something the Fox News host believes is out of bounds for an athlete. Watch this. Ingraham says she was not interested in the political advice from someone who gets paid $100 million a year to bounce a ball. James is one of the most decorated American athletes of all time. And last month, that's the time that this article was written in 2018, the 14-time All-Star became the youngest NBA player with 30,000 career points. During a 17-minute interview with ESPN, broadcaster Kerry Champion alongside Golden State's Kevin Durant last week, James discussed family, personal growth, and the challenges that come with being black and a public figure in America, including his reaction to the racial slur that was graffitied on his Los Angeles home last May. So LeBron James is a direct victim of white supremacist attacks, right? And when they put that racial slur on his LA home, right? So LeBron was talking about that. So Laura Ingraham says, and I'm quoting this white supremacist female, she says, the number one job in America, the appointed person, is someone who doesn't understand the people. Well, no, that's what LeBron said. I'm going to skip down and read what she said. Ingraham responded to LeBron's comments Thursday, calling them barely intelligible. So she's trying to call this black man stupid to her white audience and ungrammatical. So you got this white woman saying that this black man using the words barely intelligible, ungrammatical to describe him. Then she went on to say, it's always unwise to seek political advice from someone who got paid $100 million a year to bounce a ball. Keep the political comments to yourself. Shut up and dribble, among other comments that she made. White people better go sit down somewhere, baby. White people, boy, white people better go sit down somewhere. That $100 million he's getting is coming from a lot of white folk who are nothing but what the Holy Quran talks about, people of sport and play. But that day is ending because you're no longer going to exploit us, baby. We're resisting. We're doing what the scripture says. The scripture says in James, what? Resist the devil and he'll flee. See, we're resisting y'all today. You can make fun of us all you want to. But it's a new day. And that wealth of the wicked is getting ready to transfer into the hands of the righteous. That's us. You stole our labor in the first place. But your time's about up, Laura. Your time is up, Jared. Your time is up, Trump. And out of complete and total and utter desperation, the reason why Jared did this is Jared is just dog whistling to his white supremacist base. He wants it to appear that white folks is telling black folk what to do, even though Jared Kushner and Donald Trump don't have no power over here. Don't have no power. I said don't have no power. Somebody say powerless. Don't have no kind of power over here. So all I really wanted to say to that is shout out also to the WNBA. I wanted to say shout out to other athletic organizations that are standing with the resistance, Black resistance. Shout out to Kenny Smith, former athlete and commentators, sports commentator. Did you all see what Kenny Smith walked off the set? Actually, I was going to talk about it earlier today, but I chose not to do it because one of the other queens went on ahead and discussed it. So I changed my show title and I knew I was going to come on earlier. Did you all see that? Where he walked off the set saying that he didn't even feel comfortable being there and he wanted to be, he wanted to stand with the athletes. Shout out to others that are lifting up their voices and stuff. Are y'all hearing me today? See, baby, we're not getting ready to do this with y'all. This is a Black God protocol. And I want y'all to stand strong. I want y'all to understand that we are making a difference. I want you all to understand that the labor and the pain that Black folks are going through, listen to me. I've been saying it a long time, and I'm going to say it again. The labor that we're experiencing, family, is labor pains. We're getting ready to birth a new reality, Black family. It hurts. It's uncomfortable. It's bloody. There's wailing. And all of those things are the same things that attend a woman that's getting ready to give birth. When a woman is getting ready to give birth, it don't look good, right? But something good is coming out of that pain, that labor. Those contractions, her water breaking, the sleepless nights, the morning sickness, the stretch marks, the money that it costs to prepare, right? There's something good that's coming out of this for us. So I want you to focus on those that are standing with us. We're not looking to athletes, family, to be our leaders. Don't get that twisted. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying that this is a good signaling. And I'm hoping that other Black folk will see that we have more power than you know. And that the only reason why our open enemy continues to rule over us is because we allow it. But we're going to keep using our leverage. And we're going to affect and impact and influence every area of people activity. I just wanted to do a very brief show for you today. Thank you so much for tuning in to an early edition of the Vicky Show. Like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget, we have a Black business school at flynubianbusiness.com. If you want to learn how to build Black businesses and you want to learn from Black people, join us at flynubianbusiness.com. We give you actionable knowledge here. If you want to learn about how to invest, if you want to learn about money, you want to go to flynubianmoney.com. Those links are in the chat. If not, I want you to put them in the chat. Flynubianmoney.com to learn about money. Flynubianbusiness.com to learn about how you can build a Black business or your side hustle. We need that for such a time as this. Again, we're not just celebrating and acting like the actions that these athletes are doing are end all. That's not it. I'm just trying to say, baby, it's a signal that Black folk are getting tired. It's a signal that we're getting ready to shift. And it's also a signal and a sign that white folks know that we hold the key to power and to the economy in every area in this country and really around the world. It's time for us to continue to do more action just like this and beyond. Are y'all hearing me today? I love you to pieces. Again, my name is Vicky Dillard. Follow me on Instagram at VickyXDillard. I hope to see you all. I got two different things going on. The first thing is I have a weekly mastermind that you can join right now for $1 for the first 30 days at clubvicky.com, clubvicky.com. Or you can join my one-time 2-hour angel course. I'm going to be talking all things angels. I'm going to be sharing a couple of my angelic experiences that I had a few years ago and how that impacts my life today. And I'm going to break down to you some celestial and angelic principles that are important to some of our people today that's going to bring you more purpose and power. You can join that at flynubianmastermind.com, flynubianmastermind.com. That's this Saturday, the Fly Nubian Mastermind 2-hour course, this Saturday, 2 p.m. Eastern. So go to flynubianmastermind.com. If you join my weekly mastermind for $1, you're going to automatically be allowed to enter the 2-hour angel course for free. I love you to pieces. I can't wait to see you on my Instagram page at VickyXDillard, and I can't wait to see you on Twitter at DillardVicky. Also, be sure to subscribe to my personal YouTube channel at VickyDillardTV.com. VickyDillard.tv. Excuse me. That's VickyDillard.tv. Thank you so much. I came to you in peace. I leave you in peace. And shout out to our moderators in the building. Thank you so much. I love you.